Are you recording? I'm recording.
I'm not recording.
Kate!
My microphone is 12 hours of driving away.
But only like a 2-hour plane ride.
Like only
plane ride.
like 2 hours and like 15 minutes.
Yeah, not bad.
I did
not
lie
bad.
earlier when I said it was under 2 minutes, under 2 hours.
It was such a fast plane ride.
Oh my god.
I keep on saying lied. Plane lied.
Language has just kind of like stopped working in my brain.
Yeah.
We've talked so much. It's insane.
So listener, Kate's at my house.
In Michigan.
Whoop whoop. We're gonna go to a concert tonight and we're both very excited.
Yeah, but we thought we would do a little romance writers therapy together.
Heyo!
Heyo. Waiting for the listener to heyo back.
I was waiting for them too!
Listener, you need to put in a little more effort.
Yeah, listener, we cannot continue doing this without your help.
Yeah.
That
That's why we're asking you to donate to our Patreon.
we don't have. Yeah, listener, how you doing? Now that you're right here in the room, it's
Right.
really weird
It's
that
weird
listener's not.
It's weird to like talk face to face.
I know, I'm gonna talk to the wall.
Oh my god.
I don't know how to do this with your face
I
right
know,
here.
it's like talk there, but look at like make eye contact with me, but from like the corner of your eye.
Okay. So, okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've been chilling here with you all. You know how I'm doing because we've been like together for the last 24 hours.
Yeah. I am also doing well. I'm really glad you're
I'm
here.
glad you are. Thank you for checking in.
And like we've talked about all of our like writing stuff that
We've
have
done
going
a lot.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes we have like a really in-depth conversation about like social media strategy or like calendars or something. And we're gonna set up an Etsy for you.
Yeah. So, listener, when my release is done, literally tomorrow. Also, by the way, I don't know how to count down. I don't know how. Counting down days is really hard.
The math just is not math much.
It's so hard.
Math is so bad.
But okay. So I'll be like, okay, today is Monday. The book is coming out Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 3 days, right? And I'm like, no, because the book's coming out Thursday. So, and Monday's already happening. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is 3 days. And my poor brain cannot do it. So, yeah, my countdown didn't work. And so my book is coming out tomorrow. I did not do the countdown correctly, which I distinctly remember doing wrong for at least Just Fake Married. And
God, what a mood, doing it wrong every time. Like, 4 more days, guys, it comes out.
And then you're like, no.
Comes out in 2 days, tomorrow.
Yeah, so when I'm done with my release, I want to switch focus to putting together my Etsy page. And so Kate and I were talking about what that looks like and kind of like what she did to prepare. Because Kate has one
Etsy.
and I don't.
Yes. And so I think we can a lot, even though we're talking specifically about Etsy's, like Etsy shops,
we could broaden it to shops.
Can like kind of broaden to like other online shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm struggling to think of
like Shopify or something.
Shopify, Woocommerce.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into their particulars.
But yes, upon opening, it does feel very much like I'm like putting you on the spot to like speak directly to your eyes.
Oh. No, you're good.
So upon putting together a Etsy page, and like we're obviously gonna skip the actual setup, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, make it what you will, and then you have your product.
Yeah. So like I've had an Etsy for at least 10 years. Okay. I've done different things with it. I used to do like wire wrapped jewelry and things like that. I don't do that anymore. So that's dramatic shift at like one point at like my shop had been like dormant for a couple of years and then suddenly it's like, hi, I've just changed faces. You might have favorited my shop in the past. It's different now. Hope you're on board. But
has anyone like from the past like shown up?
Not on my Etsy.
Okay.
As a platform, they're all right. Like it costs like I think like 25 cents to post a listing.
Okay.
And so that's just a fee you pay upfront every time you post a new listing.
Mm-hmm. But like that would be like an A signed copy. Look how green my poor finger's getting. A signed copy of this book, right? So
you would make the listing like signed copies of this book, and then you would say that I have like 20 in stock if you have 20 on hand, which is like I think a good number to like start with, or
I was gonna do 10.
10
that was
works
my plan
too.
Yeah,
I think it's definitely good to get a idea of like don't jump in with like, oh, I'm gonna start with 100 books.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so then you would tell it you have 25 copies, and what happens to me is that if I run out of a copy, the listing goes back to drafts, and I can renew it. I have to pay the fee again.
Okay.
So it's sometimes better to catch it before it runs out if you can, and then just update how many you have in stock. But like that's
future problems.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. 21 cents is just 21 cents.
If 21 cents is a big deal to you, maybe you have other problems.
Yeah.
That are more at your focus.
Okay, so then an order comes through.
Yeah, order comes through. Etsy, I like them because the shipping is pretty streamlined. You don't need to go to another website like USPS.com and deal with their whole click and ship interface that's changing. Oh, people are mad about the new click and ship. People are protesting the USPS.
Oh, come on, not the USPS. We need them to stick around.
Right? Like, God. I also don't like it, but
like, we still need them to stick around.
Right? Like, I think the Postal Service is, like, the only branch of the U.S. government I fully respect.
Right? I will say also, parks.
Parks. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see parks.
I do love parks.
You don't think there's like a lot of room for corruption in the parks?
In fact.
Time for some hard-hitting political opinions.
One of my favorite things was like when parks went rogue on the internet. That was one of my favorite things.
That was a fun little moment.
Oh, that was. Nothing prepared me in all of my dystopian novels for our like heroes being Parks and Rec, right?
Right.
That was like one of my favorite tweets. Okay, so yeah, so you don't have to go to.
You don't need to go to like some external shipper.
Okay.
Or postal service, not postal service, just external shipping service. It's all kind of baked in.
Oh, that's cool.
You can put down like what the person's going to pay for shipping, like all items of like this listing or similar listings have a shipping profile.
Do you have them pay shipping? Or do you include that in the price?
I make the book cost what it costs on Amazon so that there isn't a concern. It's more to get it from me or more to get it from Amazon. Whether or not that's a savvy business practice is time will tell.
I have heard of a lot of people doing like cheaper from their store.
Yeah.
To encourage people going to their store and doing it that way. Dude, my fingers are like...
The green is just a lot.
Alfie, why'd you do it?
It's like in the corners of your nails. And
I know.
Like looks like now you just have green blood in your hands.
Exactly. Like, I feel like I look like,
Oh my god.
Okay. Go ahead.
Where
shipping.
Shipping profiles. I think they make it streamlined and easy, but like someone a little more savvy than me maybe doesn't have that opinion. I don't know.
That someone more savvy will not be me.
Etsy gets a lot of hate and like for legit reasons, but like it's the same. I feel the same way about it. Like Amazon gets a lot of hate, but it's like it's also currently the best option that I have. at this moment most accessible.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and, like, one of the things about Etsy is it is, like, the cost of it is so low.
Yeah, you're not, like, paying to open a shop or to keep a shop open.
Because, like, I've heard people say really great things about a couple different places, but, like, that's, you know, a subscription a month that, like, I don't want to take on that expense.
Yeah, but I just need a platform to, like, sell things from. Because, like, I've tried to, like, get into Woocommerce because the appeal of that is it would be selling directly through my website, you know, which, like, I already have a website. That's awesome. But, like, it needs a much bigger kind of plan. So, like, you'd be paying more per month just for the website in order to have access to, like, things like WooCommerce. Yeah. So, like, that's kind of stopped me there.
Yeah, so, like, that's one of the reasons why I am looking at Etsy is because the cost of it is low. But, you know, I've had a couple people ask for, like, signed copies of books, and I don't have that available for them to purchase right now. And yeah, I'd like to fix that. I'd like to step into that part of, like, business potential.
Yeah, I think that having something that people who are really big fans of a book can, like,
appreciate their fandom
a little bit, you know. And especially things that are, like, stickers, you know, they can put that on their, like, their water bottle, their laptop, and then someone else asks, hey, what's that from? And then, boom, you've got a new reader, maybe.
Boom, just like that. Bada bing, bada boom, folks.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, heard it here first.
Hey, that's business.
Hey, that's business. Okay.
That's it. You don't need an MBA. That's it.
That's it.
I believe in, like, having author merch or books that you've written merch just for that angle. Like, I think it's worth it just to be able to do, like, it is guerrilla marketing, and it also
I think people really like to be a part of a fandom. Like, if you look at, like a couple different, like, really popular fandoms, people just like having a group to belong to.
Oh, absolutely.
And
reading the same book is kind of, like, a really low threshold for, like, acceptance.
Well, and, like, also, like, there's nothing that I love more than, like, reading a book and then having friends read it and then having someone to talk to about it. That's such a, like, unifying experience. And, like, the things that I take from taking in a story are going to be different than the things that, like, someone else does. And that's, like, the fun part about being a reader. Dude, I am so green. Okay, listener, what I've been doing is
taking nail polish off.
Taking nail polish off, and it has turned me so very green. And now I'm going to put a different color on.
The same green.
The same green. Mm-hmm. Do you want to do any nails?
Yeah, I'll do my nails.
These are just what I have here.
I love Sally Hansen.
I do too.
Like, it just works so well for me.
It does. My base coat is upstairs, but I have this top coat I've been using.
Okay.
To keep my nails from, like, changing colors.
Ooh.
And somewhere around here is my nail file, but children come near us too, so things just lose their spots.
I usually cut it out, but it does usually happen, like, 50% of the way through every podcast that one of your kids comes downstairs and says, hey, Mom.
Aww. Do they still do that frequently?
I don't think it's been that frequently, because we kind of changed when we were recording.
Yeah.
And
they've gotten a little bit older to, like, accept that, like, I am unavailable right now. I think I'm gonna do the vampy color. My problem with
so cool.
It's so cool. My problem with the vampy color is that when it comes off, it really takes so much color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those don't so much. Like, if you went directly on your nail with that, it's not so bad. So, listener, we're gonna be silent while we're thinking about painting our nails.
Very carefully.
Take this moment to contemplate your own choices.
Think about what you want out of an online shop. And ask yourself, why not a brick and mortar?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much just starting at like a very low threshold of setting up an online shop. And then, I don't know, then the next thing is like telling people about it, right? So making sure that I mention it in my newsletter, mention it online, that there's links in my link tree for it. I don't know. Yeah.
I think like just kind of having it, because like I've found that even without really telling people about it, or like I don't need to be repeatedly posting about it. And I'll just get, like, suddenly a bunch of people are, like, favoriting items in my shop. And like, oh, where did you come from?
That's so cool, yeah. Well, and I'm wondering, like, because I figured, yeah, like, twice a year I'd probably bring it up again, right? Because at this point, my plan is not to make direct marketing, direct sales my number one business strategy, right? And maybe that'll change in the future as I have more of a backlist. But right now, it just seems like a nice service to do. Right?
Yeah, to be able to offer signed books and other
fun stuff. Yeah. Well, then also just having that merch around makes it easier to make sure that I'm prepared for, you know, the eventual like conventions and stuff like that too.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to my first convention in October.
Are you so excited?
I am. Oh my God.
I'm so glad that Rebecca is going to meet you there.
Yeah. Because Rebecca's in Texas. She's going to meet me in Tennessee.
I'm so glad you guys are going to be like have so much fun.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh, I'm a little bit scared of it. I need to know how many books is appropriate to bring. And, like, I have this other thing about how, like, because I told you my werewolf book, I'm planning on releasing. I just kind of landed on this, and then I scheduled everything around this, even though, and, like, this is why I should not.
Color on you.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so cute.
So fun.
It's like a kind of
dusty?
diluted, dusty blue. Yeah, I like that.
Oh my gosh, I haven't done this for them. So I get nail colors based on the covers of my books.
You should do that.
I should do that. We have to do that for tomorrow.
Mm.
I do kind of have a lot of these colors. I need like that orange and gold.
Oh, like one nail each color?
I kind of will end up doing like, a couple different like nail designs based on the cover. And so like that one got to the house because of Just Fake Married.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at my cover, the dusty blue on really Just Fake Married is like the nail color that Kate just painted her nails.
Re-releasing it.
Yes.
I'm doing hand modeling work for you.
That's right. It's because you're a good friend. That's what good friends do, listener.
Yeah, I can't get anybody at work to hand model for
a-holes.
Literally any of the things I need them to do. I'm like, hi, can you hold this for me?
They won't do it?
Oh, it's so hard to get people to, like, put their hands on screen. Because, like, one guy said one mean thing about another guy's hands, and nobody wants to put their hands out there.
That's so sad, though.
Right?
Why would they say something mean about his hands?
He has really hairy arms, and like, they're fine. I think they look fine, you know? But, like, this other guy was mean about it, and it was like...
Oh, I don't blame him then. And I don't blame anyone else. Someone, like, saying something about my hands would make me sad.
Oh, sorry. I had, like, a thought.
Where was it going? Was it about, direct sales?
It wasn't direct sales. It was the convention, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Books. How many books to have?
Okay, so I honestly think that you should, like, post a comment question to Golden Angel.
Yeah,
she would probably do a good response.
She would be a good resource because she is so open and sharing with like her experience and like everything
what she does. So, listener, what we're talking about is there's this author named Golden Angel, and she does these Just a Tip, Golden Angel's Tips for Authors on TikTok
series.
Yeah, and my goodness, she has done so many, and they are always so thoughtful and like.
Whenever there's, like, some new fuckery with, like, KDP or whatever, I go to her page and I'm like, all right, what's the lowdown?
Yeah, tell me what's up. Yeah, she's spectacular.
Because, like, she doesn't fearmonger, you know? No. Like, some people will jump straight to that, and I just have no room for it. Like, no. Don't stress me out if you don't have to.
Yeah, well, and then also, like, I don't know, she has, like, over 80 books.
Yeah, so she's done this a lot.
She's been around for a minute. She just has, like, a really great understanding of how the market has changed since she's been working on it. And also, like, she does a great job of understanding that that everyone's path is a different path.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Like, one of the things that has created a lot of success for her is the fact that she is so prolific, right? But not everybody has success is prolific.
Yeah. I'm going to have to clean my left hand up because the quality is quite different in, like, brush stroke.
I mean, we have
all right, I'll
remover
come back to her.
and stuff and all of that. I never like to do nail polish remover once I've painted my other hand because, like, I will inevitably get nail polish remover on the hand I like. So I'm always just like, it's okay. The effort was made.
Q-tips, they're pointed. They're like, you get them in the makeup aisle.
Yeah.
I dip those into the nail polish remover and then I get like a really clean line and I can get a very specific erasing of the polish on where I don't want it.
I like that.
Oh, okay, here's the thought. I kind of arbitrarily decided that September 2nd was going to be my werewolf books release date.
Okay.
So I picked a release date based on, like, I want it to be the first of a month so that it can have, like, the entire month to, like, track its progress.
Awesome. Love that plan.
I love doing that. The first of the month was a Sunday, though, and I don't have good feelings about Sundays for...
I don't either.
And I didn't want to do a Tuesday, so I was like, you know what? Monday. Monday's when everyone's on their phone anyway. They go to their work, and then they go take out their phone, and they go, what's on Instagram? So, that was the reasoning behind it, but then I was kind of thinking about, like, if I have literally a month from that day, I have the first convention that I'm going to. And, like, I've prepared my table stuff kind of based on my Claws and Cubicles series because that's what I had at that point. And when I was, like, doing all the prep for that, maybe a little too much ahead of time.
I don't think so, because now, like, with the September release, you have time to prepare a couple things for the werewolves, too.
I could. I'm thinking about, like, so what I have is a pop-up banner.
Okay.
Which is, like, I don't know, like, it's a tall, narrow banner, and that's got those 3 books on it, all the Claws and Cubicle stuff. And that's kind of what the branding is centered around.
Okay.
Like, Office Monster Romance, or Monster Office Romance.
Okay.
And so, like, it literally says that. And the werewolf book is not really that.
Yeah.
Because, I just needed, like, to do something a little different for a minute. And so my thought is, like if I've just had a book release, do I want to bring these books to the con with me? Or do I want to just focus on my other books?
I think you should bring them.
Yeah.
Especially...
it's that how many of each one then, you know?
Well, but then especially considering you will have quite a bit of, like, noise happening around the new release. Making sure that that's there with you. Even if it's like, I had it when it sold out, but you can buy it, like, this way, like doing an order form and then you send it off to them or something like that, Yeah. So if you don't have a bunch of stock on you, you could at least have, like, an order form.
Yeah.
So that you could still do a signature and you could send it to them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And, like, my plan is to, like, have the whole, like, signed books set up in my Etsy, towards the end of September, maybe the beginning. Because I wanted the release to happen and then I'm gonna put that together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just, like, a lot of thoughts about, like, the shifting nature of, like, brand identity as you, like, go from, like, one project to another, and then the downfalls of getting maybe too specific with your brand.
Well, I think for one thing that your design elements will, like, coordinate well enough.
Yeah.
Right? So if you had 2 banners, like, one that's, like, forward-facing, like, Kate Pryor romance, Welcome to the Priory, or something like that, right? And then, like, your Claws and Cubicles one that sat further behind you, sort of thing, right? So, like, you could then have, like, another werewolf one over on the other side, but, like, lining up with the Claws and Cubicles one. You know what I mean? Like, you could just approach your designing of your space in a bit different way.
Okay.
Right? Because now you do have a hyper-specific banner. You could get one that's a bit more general and then, use different elements to be hyper-specific about your other faces, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like, if you didn't do a banner for the werewolves, maybe you did, like, like a table runner that like hung over, right? So like you'd have a bit more dimension to like your design too.
I do have a table runner for the monster thing currently.
Well, I was thinking I bet it looks really nice. I was thinking, but like you could switch it out to something else.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
But I was literally thinking like a table runner like that's like maybe only 2 feet, but like has like your image up front.
Yeah,
right.
And then you could like flip it around and the other side. That like,
would be
kind
so
of on
cute.
Your side.
Yeah. And then you'd have like the tablecloth across the whole thing, but this part kind of highlights like this is what this section of the table's about.
All right. So like multiple table runners across one table.
Well, I was thinking personally only one. I'm about to draw you a picture.
No, you're good. I can see it.
But like, yeah, so then you'd have like claws and cubicles, like your banner in the back of the table. And then opposite side in the front would be a table runner of just the werewolves, right? And so like you're kind of creating a bit more dimension with the table and the design, but like highlighting both.
Okay.
Like both messages.
I dig it. All right, so giving it its own little corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I can see that. I could try that.
And you don't have to do it for like your first one by any means, because you will only have the one book out at that point.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, I'm gonna for this con I'm gonna stick with the
one you have.
Yeah, but I'm going to be at Monsterautica 2025. So there's a bit of time to prepare for that.
Yeah,
and this one is, I think, going to be a little bit smaller of an event. It's the Extraordinary Love Signing. It's in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. If you're in there in
the October of the month.
If you're in Tennessee in October, hit me up.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom, bada boom.
That's how you business.
It is.
I really like how my business person has clearly been smoking. That's how you business.
He's like a lifelong smoker. He chews it too.
For sure, I have a cigarette in hand. Like,
how far away? We're like 30 minutes in. I think we could put like 1 or 2 more thoughts in.
1 or 2 more thoughts
about like Etsy's or storefronts. I think like a good kind of baseline product to have that you don't really need to generate more assets or art for is bookmarks and stickers. You can, use the art from the book cover if you, get those separated assets from your artist or your designer. And then you can, if you have the licensing, you do have to like
make sure that you have permission from the designer.
Yeah, you have to have the rights to reproduce the art and sell it in whatever territories. But you could then, with permissions, make bookmarks and stickers. And I think like just there, like as far as bookish merch goes, like for me, I feel like that is a good starter set to have alongside signed copies.
Well, and I'm thinking I might get like a mug or something.
Yeah.
And like maybe have like 2 in the house, but one is actually mine. Right? Because like, I'm kind of thinking like I might love that.
And then like last minute sell the mug you drank out of. Like, oh no, I don't have enough.
I would wash it first.
No, this sells for more because my mouth has been on it.
That's right. My DNA is there.
I want to get her name right. Shiran Jay's Zhao. I know I fucked that up, but
it was a good attempt.
I tried. I'm so sorry.
I think it was Zhao.
Zhao?
Yeah.
Okay. They, I believe, sold a copy of the book that they sat on because they built so you know the book Iron Widow. Mm-hmm. They had so many signed copies at their house that they built a little throne out of the copies, and then they sat on the throne, took a picture with all these copies, and then someone was like, I would pay like an obscene amount of money for the copy you sat on. And then it became this whole charity auction thing.
That's awesome.
And it went for like thousands of dollars, I think.
That's awesome.
Don't quote me on that. My brain is like full of holes.
Like the intention stuck around, but not all of the details, right?
I remember reading about it again, and I was like, oh yeah, what happened to the book you sat on? And then like, oh, there's a whole charity thing. Okay, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
People are strange, though.
People are strange. I don't remember what her name was. Is it Belle Delphine? Is she an OnlyFans
Oh,
creator?
I have no idea.
I can't remember what she does. Or is she just a gamer girl? Whatever this woman does, she sold like jars of her bathwater to people. It was a whole thing, like. So,
wow.
authors, I think you should sell your bathwater. Marty, how do you feel about that?
I could sell my dirty tea mug.
God.
It still has like the residues from my herbal tea in there. Like,
there's like a weird market where people will like, no, actually I'm not going to go into it now.
Okay, so
too dark for this pod.
Funny story, I was talking to a friend and like her like employment circumstances had changed, and I was like, so how do you feel about feet pics? And she's like, I looked it up, they want you to pay to have a membership to sell. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, that's stupid.
I have to pay money for you to objectify me? Like, that's wild.
Yeah, no.
So
No.
the feet pic market has clearly gotten too saturated. Like,
just too many feet out there. Sorry, I waited till you took a sip to say shit.
That was some timing.
God.
What's wrong?
Sorry, there's like another spider in here.
Oh my gosh, they are like, I mean, it is that time of year.
They're just about me.
They are. And they're like these little guys that are like...
Are you going to be okay with him?
I'm totally fine.
Okay. Sorry,
listener.
That's the full Kate experience, is that I scream about a bug, and then I look at you, I make eye contact, and I'm like, oh, you could kill the bug for me?
Do you want me to kill the bug?
No, you're fine.
I
did
don't
this
ever
to
like
my
doing
coworker.
these things. I don't want to kill anything. It was funny when the one like dropped right in front of your face. In your defense, it was right in front of your face.
Yeah, the room was dark because we were watching a movie. I was like, what is happening?
And then, like, I grabbed it and, like, I'm, like, taking it out of the room. I lost it. But I was also, like, I'm taking it out of the room. Like, what am I going to do with this thing? I can't kill it. But, like, is she scared of it? Like, what do I do? What would a good host do in this situation?
How do we handle spiders?
How do we handle spiders?
Well, you're a host of the spider, too, though.
I know.
You need to be polite to both your guests.
I mean, spider, just respect some boundaries, okay?
Yeah, spider, don't be a creep.
Don't be so weird. So, do I have anything else to say, Kate?
I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on, like, having a storefront worries, maybe?
My worry always becomes, like, okay, so I have this thing I have to do, this new random task that I have to do. But, like, if I'm telling him it'll ship within, like, 8 business days, I should comfortably be able to make that happen. Right? Like...
I put on my Etsy that it's like the longest amount of time possible before I ship something. And so Etsy keeps putting this little banner at the bottom of my page whenever I look at it and says, update your shipping times, because clearly they're not accurate.
Really?
Because, like, I'll complete orders most of the time as soon as they come in.
Yeah.
Some of them I do, like, it's like, oh no, that's been there a week. I need to take care of that.
Well, I just know that, like, my life, like, can have moments where it's, like, it's really hard to accomplish.
Yeah, like, when life is hectic and, like, crazy, it's like, oh, of course you're not going to remember that you need to mail something.
Well, and, like, I would like to set the lowest expectations so I can exceed them, right?
Yeah.
Right? And, so that's why I thought I would have, like, a really long shipping timeline. I don't know, there's, like, an element of, like... It's like I'm trying to figure out how to close a deal.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And it's not just about having the store. It's about, like, getting more interest in my books in general.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of there to foster more appreciation.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Because, like, I have these books here now. Like, I have a couple of copies, right?
Yeah.
I would like to do, like, a giveaway, right?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I'm scared to do it. I don't know how to do it. And I feel like I want it, like, written down. Like, even, like, a flowchart form. Like, if this, then this, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I'm scared to do it, and I'm scared to do it wrong. And then I'm not very good at building, like, hype on the internet, right?
That is hard. Giveaways used to be a little more of a guaranteed way to generate hype. Not so much anymore. I feel like they've fallen off that way, that people don't necessarily trust them. I think there was a little bit of an oversaturation for a while.
Yeah. And so, I don't know. I'm just kind of trying to figure out how to, maybe I won't do a giveaway. I don't know. But
I can make you a flow chart. I think celebrating a release or an event or a day with a little giveaway, like, I don't.
That sounds like so much fun.
Like, right? I think like, you can generate some hype with it, and it can be successful.
Yeah.
And they're not really that hard to, like, manage.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I'm sure I'm making this story so much bigger in my head.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I gotcha.
Because people do this. And, like...
But, like, okay, so we've said the word neurodivergence, like, a bunch of times today. I think, like, it's one of those executive dysfunction things where if you've never done something before, unsureness about, like, what the steps and the outline and, like, the whole process is supposed to look like can really create that hesitation.
Yeah. Well, and, like, so much of the things I do is, like, we'll just start doing it and, like, figure it out, right? But to just start doing it is to go public. And so it doesn't feel like there's room to figure it out because there's already, like, the idea is that there's already eyes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good to, like, establish rules in the post of a giveaway. And what you do with a giveaway is you need to give people an objective. Like, follow me here. And that way you can check that they did the thing. You know, like, not just anybody can win this. It's like you have to, like, because the whole point of a giveaway is, like, you're accumulating more followers in a place, or you're getting more people to subscribe to your newsletter. And so it can be kind of hard to find something that, like, people... that doesn't exclude people who are already following you, you know, or
That's
already
such
part
a
of the
good
newsletter.
point. Yeah.
What I usually do is say, join my Facebook group and then comment on this post and, like, tell me, like, answer this question in a comment.
Oh, I like
and
that.
And that's your entry.
That's a great idea. Especially since my poor Facebook group, like, she is a silent place.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, no, I could be better about, like...
I mean, but there's so much to do. Right? Yeah. Like, there's so much... Okay, so, like, it's hard to do things for, like, attention and then also have trouble with consistency. Right? Like...
They kind of go hand in hand there.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't want to ignore my Facebook group, right? But, like, I forget it exists. I forget it exists, right? And so, like, I don't know, I need to figure out, like, some weekly post, but, like, then it has to change every week because the same question every week is no fun.
They do make, like, social posting calendars, like, different prompts to, like, engage with people. I do think those are, like, worth keeping around so that if you feel like you're in the middle of, like, a creative spell or, like, you just can't dedicate thought to it. Honestly, I just like to share memes.
Yeah,
like,
that's a great idea.
It's easy. It takes, like, no effort from me to reshare someone else's meme. It doesn't, like, cut the source of credit off. Like, people, like, you can click whoever made or whoever originally posted it and, you know, find more content like that.
Yeah.
But I think people also, like, they get a little laugh out of it.
Yeah.
And then they move on.
That's a good idea.
I also am like, do I want to fill up my reader group with more memes?
Yeah. I mean, the goal is for the reader group to, like, be discussing, like, either books that are similar to yours or actually discussing your book and your world, so, right?
Like, that was the thing. That's the thing that, like, I really struggle with because it feels, I don't like the word that it feels like masturbatory of the ego. Like to create a space for people to talk nice things about you. I'm the admin of this group. Talk nice about my books. Like, it feels so fucking like, I get why no one's, like, posting or talking in this group. Like, I wouldn't want, like, someone, like, staring me down, like, while it, like, oh my god. But the idea is kind of like, everyone's like, you need to have a Facebook author page and, like, a reader group. And it's like, I really struggle to see the point if I don't already have, like, like, if I'm not creating a place that is needed, you know, people are actively seeking this kind of thing out.
But, like, at the same rate, I'm like, okay, so if I don't create it and someone is actively seeking this space out, where do they go?
Well, so now you have the page that just kind of sits around and you forget about it.
That's exactly what I have.
Until someone asks to join it, and then you're like, oh, I got this notification 2 weeks ago.
I should probably write something down, yeah. No, and that's exactly what I have, too, where it's like, I have this page that I forget to post on. And so, like, news is happening everywhere but there. And I'm like, if you want up-to-date news, don't follow me here.
Yeah. When you buy a shipment of your own books to sell as signed copies, before you put them on the shelf when you're unpacking them, you should be signing them then. Because if you put any away unsigned, it's going to go out to someone unsigned, and then you have to deal with that.
Well, what if you write something personalized and, like Julie put the order in, so then you'd like, hi, Julie, thanks. Love,
put
Marty.
That at the top.
Right? Okay.
I mean, my name stays the same every time.
Yeah.
And
so you would have, because, like, if you didn't do something personal, at least it still says your name in it.
Yeah. So they all say Kate Pryor on the inside, like, kind of squished next to the art, because I don't want to write over the art.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so on the Etsy listing, like, it has the option to personalize it or don't. Most people don't really go with the personalized thing, but occasionally people say, write to Charlie or whatever. And then what I always do is I've already wrapped it up in paper, and then I go, oh no, I need to unwrap this and write that in there. Oh, it's gotten me a couple of times.
If I were to choose to do, like, a personalized, like, personalization, I would, like, pick an embarrassing quote from the book and make the author write that.
Honestly.
Right? Wouldn't that be fun, though?
I do have a character limit, and it's, like, some arbitrary number, like, 250.
But that's a huge character. Like, that could be a really...
That's not even a tweet. That's one sentence.
That's what, like, yeah, but, like, that seems like a normal amount.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna write a whole paragraph.
No.
Like, that's a bit much to ask for.
Like,
you want me in, like, a
his member was engorged is, like, what I'm talking about. Like, sort of thing. Like a little phrase.
I love that. Actually, I do.
Right? Wouldn't that be hilarious if, like, someone were to, like, request, like, some personalization that way?
What I do have is I have a stamp that says read only on company time, and I do stamp things with that.
That's so funny. Right? I love that so much. Oh, that's so cute. See, what I love about your world is it's like you have such an interesting way to, like, play around with, like...
Right, like, the office thing is, like, just too ripe for,
it's
like...
It's so good.
I can find
yes.
It's so easy to, like, stick all my brand into that, and then it's like, oh no, but what happens when I want to do other things? That I have to, like, kind of depart from this. And I don't want to, like, invest time into a second pen name.
I don't either.
You know, like,
absolutely not.
Nothing seems more tedious to me right now.
Well, like, Lauren Connolly has her contemporaries, and then she has her contemporary paranormals, right?
Okay.
And they're all under the same name.
Well, so it's not even so much about, like, shifting genre or shifting subgenres. It's literally, like, too much of, like, this one book series is kind of, like, become the brand. Because, and that kind of...
But I think that that's just natural to the fact that is what you have out.
Yeah, and
right?
That's just something I'm going to have to redo at some point.
Yeah.
But for now, I think it's fine.
I think it's perfect for now, right? Like, it's easily identifiable for anyone who knows you. It's catchy for anyone who doesn't know you, right?
Yeah.
And, like, it leads them directly into what you are promising to do. I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
until you have to deviate. But, like, I think the deviation will happen really naturally with the fact that, like, you're releasing other books.
Yeah.
Do you want to give them a piece of writing advice?
Oh no, I thought that was my writing advice, to sign your books all at once.
Okay, perfect. I think that's great writing advice.
I got.
If way to be, like,
technically
on
writing.
Brand. Okay, so my writing advice... I'm thinking.
You're thinking.
I'm thinking. I am very much, like, my brain is, like, flatlined from like doing the posts for the book.
3 Instagram posts and it took you out.
Oh my gosh, it does. But like, okay, so I've said like I have like 4 to 6 weeks of like focus on anything, and that's all I got. Right? And I'm at the end of that 4 to 6 weeks right now. And I'm so ready to focus on something else.
Big mood.
Big mood. But yeah, so listener, that's what I got. Like, do your best with your deadlines. Do your best. That's it. Do your best.
You know, can't break that advice. Like that's good. Tried and true.
Yes, just do your best. Maybe don't aim for perfect. Just aim for dumb. Done.
Oh, aim for dumb.
Aim for dumb.
Make it the worst thing you've ever done.
That actually isn't terrible advice.
No, I do like doing that.
Yeah.
That is often, like, I think...
where things end up being funny, where they end up being, like fun.
Give up your inhibition a little bit, and that kind of, I think, is where, you know, when we are less inhibited, I do think we get better things.
I agree.
You know? The killer of creativity is the little critic in your head that says, what will people think?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? Okay, so, listener, you can find me at Marty V Author on TikTok and Instagram, and at martyv.com. You can sign up for my newsletter.
And on Facebook.com, you can find Marty's Facebook reader group.
Hush now. It's a secret gate.
I'm not allowed.
V is for romance. VEE is for romance is my reader group, and you could totally find me there. And I will do my best to do better at that. Yeah!
You can find me at kate-pryor.com. You can find my newsletter, my books. What else? My Facebook group is Kate's Priory of Paranormal Romance. I know, I'm going to shorten the titles at some point. And that's pretty much all the places. Instagram, Threads. I'm trying to be on TikTok.
Yeah, big mood. Okay, so listener, this has been Romance Writers Therapy.
That's Marty V.
And that's Kate Pryor.
Woo!
Woo! We told you at the end of the episode. So figure it out. Go re-listen to figure out who was who the whole time.
You should know by now.
You should know by now. All right, bye.
Bye.